Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sports check down here. And today I wanted to cover, so as you guys saw, JJ Watt recently signed with the Arizona Cardinals. And I think he was the most intriguing defensive prospect available in free agency because he is older, but um, people have said he's fallen off a bit, and he has a bit, but I don't think he's fallen off as much as people have thought he's fallen off because if you look at PFF, Pro Football Focus, they've ranked him as like a top 20 defensive player in the league. Not like defensive lineman or something, just overall top 20 defensive player in the league. But I'm not here to judge the signing, like whether if it was good or bad, which I think it was a good signing. Overpaid him just a little, but not as much as people are saying. And I don't think when people say J.J. Watt, he said he wanted to win, but why did he sign with the Cardinals? I think the Cardinals are pretty close because last year they were doing pretty good, and then they hit a hitch because Kyler Murray got banged up. Cliff Kingsbury wasn't coaching as well. And then their kicker, I watch a lot of Cardinals games. So their kicker missed a lot of kicks, and they would have won like 3 more games if their kicker could have kicked a little better. But the defense was definitely a problem, and J.J. Watt will help that defense, even though the main problem with the Cardinals defense was the cornerbacks. J.J. Watt doing a better pass rush will help the cornerbacks because it'll give the quarterback less time to think and process. And so overall, it's a good signing. But I'm not here to cover that. I just gave my little opinion on it. It was like a minute opinion, I would say. But I'm here to say I'm here to cover why J.J. Watt signed with the Arizona Cardinals. So I mean, first of all, I've seen a lot of people saying he signed with the Arizona Cardinals only for the money, and I have to disagree with that one because there were reports that came out that said J.J. Watt, one of his first key factor in deciding which team he signed to was based on the quarterback. And if you guys are not aware, the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals is Kyler Murray. What a great second year, and he's playing really good. I would say second best quarterback in his division, which you don't really want to hear sometimes, but like when you consider Russell Wilson is in your division, it's a pretty good start. And Kyler Murray, I think he could even overtake Russell Wilson this year. We'll see how he plays because it's only his third year, and he's playing great. I think he's definitely a top 10 quarterback for sure. But that's besides the point. And so that was part one of the reason why J.J. Watt signed to the Arizona Cardinals. And then the whole public has been saying that he signed to the Arizona Cardinals to chase the bag, which I think was part of his reasoning in whichever team he went to. And that's why he didn't sign with the team like the Green Bay Packers or someone like that because they didn't offer him nearly as much money as the Cardinals. Because the Cardinals offered him like $15.5 million a year while the Packers probably couldn't afford him that much because they were like 14 million over the cap. So I think at max they would have given him a $5 to $10 million contract. So I don't think someone like the Packers would have worked out, but the Bills. So there was a report it was between the Bills and the Cardinals also, and he chose the Cardinals because the Bills also kind of backed out a little, and that's because they heard a report from Houston that J.J. Watt cares more about his stats and everything, and I would take more credibility to the response if it wasn't from the Houston Texans because I think as of lately we've been shown what a terrible franchise the Houston Texans are. They disrespect their players. They're very rude to their players. Their owner is a little racist, I would say. So I'm just not sure how much merit goes into the Houston Texans' word on that one. If it was any other team, even like a terrible team like the Detroit Lions or something, I would still take merit to it, but I just don't take merit to the Houston Texans because they're known for bad mouthing their players, making them look bad. They're just not a good franchise. I'd never want to play for them, but I'd never get the chance in the first place anyway. Um, but that's part of the reason he signed with the Cardinals because the Bills backed out a little based on a report from the Texans when they did like an inquiry on him. And then on another reason was that there was a report that came out that J.J. Watt had more offers, and they were similar to the Cardinals one. In fact, the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns offered them more money, and the Bills, or it was the Titans. Sorry, excuse me, it was the Titans who offered him the similar amount of money the Arizona Cardinals did. And this is where I think where J.J. Watt's camp said the quarterback was a key decision in his uh, decision for which place he signs. It comes into play because the money was similar, if not better, in other places than Arizona. Yet he signed to the Arizona Cardinals, and if you look at it right now, the four teams that were mentioned with the Cardinals, like based on money wise, was the Arizona Cardinals, the Indianapolis Colts, the Cleveland Browns, and the Tennessee Titans. So if I name Ryan Tannehill or Kyler Murray, I think I'm gonna take Kyler Murray to be my quarterback. I trust him more. He's Ryan Tannehill's had like 2 good years out of his like huge career. He's like a eight. I think this might be his 8th year or 9th year, something like that. Kyler Murray's looking like he was looking like an MVP candidate through like the top 6 weeks, and he's pretty high in the MVP odds compared to a lot of quarterbacks for next year. So that just tells you that Kyler Murray's better. Next up we have Baker Mayfield, who I'm a huge believer in Baker Mayfield. I just don't see him being better than Kyler Murray because I think their accuracy is around the same. Kyler might have like a bigger arm, but Kyler adds like a dual threat capability, and so that I think that one comes in huge because Kyler's dual threat capability, and that's why I take him over Baker Mayfield. No shot at Baker Mayfield like anybody else does because I don't understand why people take shots at Baker Mayfield. He's made the Browns more relevant than they've ever been. But even though it's Baker Mayfield, I'd still rather have Kyler Murray. Next person on the list and the last person is Carson Wentz. So Carson Wentz, I think in his career he's only had one great year, one good year, and then the rest were average to below average. And his latest year was atrocious. And I know the Indianapolis Colts have all the pieces around him to help him succeed, along with Frank Reich. But I don't think J.J. Watt wants to waste his like last 2 years. Like I mean, I know he's gonna play a little past 2 more years, but I don't like these are his last 2 great years if he has any left in him to take a chance on a quarterback that had a terrible year, who's the 35th rated quarterback according to PFF. And if you aren't aware, there are 32 teams in the league, so he was worse than some backups. And so I don't think he was going to take a chance with Carson Wentz. Like Kyler Murray is more of a sure thing, and I think he is a sure thing of being good because each year he's been in, he's improved and he's looked better. But and Carson Wentz has not looked better in each year. So I think that was it to his decision. That's why I believe the Cardinals got J.J. Watt, and it was because of the quarterback and the money, but the quarterback mainly because he could have gone to other teams, but the Cardinals had the better quarterback. And that's it. And if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe and share to all your friends. It helps a ton. And thank you guys.